check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfella One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go.
All right, man, we back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella Sports TV. And this report out there, I think it came from Dan Rayfield, that Tyson Fury could be facing Charles Martin. Yes, the same Charles Martin that Anthony Joshua paid extra and Eddie Hearn paid extra to cherry pick his IBF belt. Yes, the same Charles Martin that Al Heyman fed to Anthony Joshua and breathed life into Anthony Joshua's career instead of giving him to Deontay Wilder and making Deontay Wilder unified heavyweight WBC IBF champion. But we back. Goodfella Sports TV. We in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Appreciate the love and support. Keep sharing the videos. And leaving Walmart, man. I hate when I go somewhere and they got, oh, we only take cash, so I just step at Walmart and get cash back. But I needed something out of there, so you know it worked out. So at first he was looking to fight Don King boy Trevor Bryan, and I have a problem with it. It's time for Trevor Bryan to get his shot, but he with Don King. He in the worst possible position promoter you can be with right now is Don King, but Bob and Don and worked together back in the day to make some big fights. Trinidad, De La Hoya, the list goes on and on. But he's looking for an American opponent, and I just say, you know what? If Andy Ruiz is gonna have to fight AJ, or he's gonna be held up in court with AJ over not wanting to fight in the UK or wherever it go, you know, personally, I would if I'm Wilder, I just go ahead and take care of Fury right now. I just beat him up. I just take care of him. That's just my position on it. But you know what? He taking a tough fight, Deontay versus Ortiz. We know the reason I'm kind of siding it's probably gonna be a tough fight is because of what J-Rock did. And J-Rock, Julian Wills, will be heard. He didn't look good in his 3 fights after getting knocked out by Charlo, and that seemed like it was years ago. He only had 3 fights, well 4 fights against the Jared Hurd fight since then. That just shows you the inactivity of premier boxing champion fighters, and they really set the standard for inactivity of a lot of fighters who really fighting 3 or 4 times a year in boxing. But he didn't look good versus Joshua Conley. He didn't look good versus Ishe Smith, and he didn't look good versus Nathaniel Gallimore. He looked good, but he didn't look superb. You know, like I thought he was gonna come in and upset Jared Hurd. But hey, I guess when you raise your level of competition, and this is Ortiz probably last shot of the title, it may be he's gonna be dangerous. But that's a good thing with Wilder taking a dangerous fight. It keep you sharp. Yeah, it might wear you down. He's 33 years old. It might wear you down, but there's no substitution for fighting a tough opponent to stay sharp. You can stay sharp fighting, you know, a tune-up here and there, but it ain't gonna really prepare you for high-level fighting. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if he chooses to fight Charles Martin said he wanted to get back to the championship level. You know, he wanted to get back to his throne. So be it. It really don't bother me because I'm not paying to see that fight. If it come on ESPN and I don't really have nothing up in October, so be it. I'll watch it. But that's going to be a tough date to get on ESPN in October on regular TV because Pac-12 football or SEC football come on around that time on ESPN. Usually you might have a Big Ten night game in October as well too. So college football reigns supreme. They're going to have to get one of those weaker Saturdays and put that on there. That's going on the ESPN Plus app. I'll tell you that right now, unless they do it on a Friday. And college football and high school football is on Fridays now. But with no name opponent, basically, with, you know, Charles Martin, really nobody know who he is. You know, he made his name pretty much by fighting and getting beat up by Anthony Joshua in the UK. He just beat somebody on FS1. I kind of caught the highlights on it, but you know, Trevor Bryan, him, and it was another guy, Big Baby Miller. Now, Big Baby Miller, if he can get sanctioned, which he ain't like he can stay, ain't gonna sanction him right now. If he could have got sanctioned, then they could have made room because he a talker, Fury a talker. It would have been like a semi-big fight, but they tried to go through opponents, find American opponents. It ain't really nobody that I can think of. Everybody done beat up on BJ Flores, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know who else really out there. Brian Jennings just got beat up. Oscar Rivas about to get paid and his loss should be erased as a no contest after Dillian White's failed ped test. So, you know, at the end of the day, the matchup, it is what it is. It ain't nothing that, it's to me, it's the same level as the guy he just fought. What was his name? Tom Ford? I don't know the dude's name. Tom Schwartz, I think it is. That's the same level opponent that he just fought. And unfortunately, how is he staying sharp? How are you staying sharp, you know, fighting these level of opponents? Yeah, you I mean, pretty much the tune-ups you didn't get before the water fight. But, you know, if they looking for an appearance, it don't even matter at this point. If you fighting that level opponent, American, UK, German, wherever the fuck they from, Japan, China, it don't really matter because they're not gonna sell you going on that app. And you pay this man all this money to fight on the app that's dominated by UFC fans. Think that for a minute. How is that marketing? You put this man on an app that's dominated by mixed martial arts fans. That the ESPN Plus ain't no boxing app. Soon as UFC went on there, their subscribers went up to over 1 million. And I'm pretty sure they over 1 million. It's $25 a month. It went up to over 1 million. And these are facts. It went up to over 1 million subscribers when UFC went on there. And you got a discount with you if you was already if you subscribed to ESPN Plus before they put their first pay-per-view on there. I don't know if you got a discount just for that one pay-per-view or for the rest of them. So if you get a discount on the rest of the pay-per-view, $10, that's a good deal. If you went to UFC like that and playing pay-per-view, you know, and you grandfathered in. But for me, boxing on digital apps ain't working. They gave Fury all this money, but they refused to give brothers this money. Now we can't complain. The Zone tried to give Deontay Wilder a ton of money. Well, most of the brothers say all money ain't good money, all right? That's what they say. All money ain't good money. So I'll leave it at that. But, you know, they didn't give Terrence Crawford that, but they gave Fury all that money. And it was based off his fight with a brother in Deontay Wilder. That's just a fact. You know, but that's what they gave it to him because they know him and Wilder probably going to have a trilogy and make a ton of money. And if they really believe, and they probably do believe Fury will beat Wilder, and they really do believe that, then they feel like they're going to have the lineal champ, which is a bunch of shit. He was stripped the lineal when he failed the drug test, okay? How they kept that low-key, the hook, I don't know what they doing. But he was stripped the lineal when he failed the drug test. You know? Fuck that. They don't want to tell you that, a lineal champ. No, you failed the drug test, and they want to sweep it under the rug. Had he been a brother, they wouldn't have swept it under the drug test. He'd have been put on Front Street like Dillian White. But hey, it's a different conversation for another day. He really never was unified champion because he failed the drug test before the Vladimir Klitschko fight. He was notified, him and his cousin Heath Fury got popped for the same drug. They don't tell you that. ESPN don't tell you that. No, you're not the lineal champ. They took your ring belt away. You didn't fight who they want you to. You're not the lineal champ in no shape, form. You're a cheat. You another UK cheat. United Kingdom cheater. UKC. That's what we stand. United Kingdom cheater. That's what you are. So you ain't the lineal. You shouldn't even be getting the shot with Deontay Wilder. You shouldn't have got the shot. You cheated. But that's the game. But you know, him and Trevor Bryan. Who would be better, him or Trevor Bryan or Charles Martin? Me personally, I like to see Trevor Bryan get his shot. Charles Martin, didn't he just get beat up by Koznauki? Now, he showed a lot of heart versus Koznauki, I will say. He showed a tremendous amount of heart, a tremendous amount of dog. I was expecting him to get knocked out. He showed a tremendous amount of heart on that fight. We got to give him that. But, like, we already know he ain't shit. Let's find out if Trevor Bryan ain't shit. It's more of a chance of probably Trevor Bryan beating Fury, upsetting Apple Cart, or giving us a better performance than Charles Martin. But dealing with Don King, you know, he probably trying to get all the money, and he got the B side. the Z side really with Trevor Bryan. But Trevor Bryan, in my opinion, have a better chance of beating homeboy, and that's just my personal opinion on it. But you know, it ain't nothing appealing when it's football season. All right, when you got high school, you got kids. Some people like to see the kids play. Pop Warner, Pal, whatever where you at. I'm in the D, so we got Pal, Pop Warner. You know, high school football Fridays, Saturdays, college football Saturdays. A lot of people, you know, out east, and you know, we like to enjoy our seasons. You know what I'm saying? We like to enjoy the seasons, and we like to get out and go. And that's our travel time. You know, going up north or to go hunting or whatever you got going on. So ain't nobody really gonna be paying attention to Fury on that app. I'm telling you that right now. It ain't a huge event. It's a lot of college football on, going to see your sons, your nephews, your brothers, your cousins, or whatever the situation may be. That's what a ton of people doing. Nobody's sitting around, and I don't understand why boxing do that. Why does boxing continuously put on its best product in the middle of the winter, in the winter and the fall? Why? You got NFL, you got college basketball, football, NBA. You got the creme de la creme of sports in America, and you keep making us choose. Go to this University of Michigan, Michigan State game, Ohio State, or Indiana, or go to this high school game and go to party or watch boxing. Like, people got lives. People got lives, man. And people would prefer in America NBA, NFL, high school, and college over sitting around watching boxing. And I can save me $75, $80 or whatever it may be, and I can watch the replay for free. Boxing need to put on his best stuff, his best content after. It needs to put on after football season go off. At least compete with basketball this summer, but that's the game. But Fury getting another payday, a big payday, another.